and a richly dressed man descended.
What do you want?
I simply want a peasant meal. Cook for me potatoes the way you usually do, and I will dine with you tonight.
You are a cat, a prince, or perhaps even a duke. But fine gentlemen often have such fancies. You shall have your wish. So the old woman went into the kitchen to prepare the meal. And the old man took him to his garden, where he was tying trees to a stake that he had driven into the ground.
Have you no children to help you with your work?
No, 'tis true I had a son once, sharp, daring, full of bad tricks. He ran away a long time ago, and I have never heard of him since.
What is this old tree here? Why don't you also tie it to a stake, so it grows straight like these others?
Sir, you speak according to your knowledge, but it is easy to see you know nothing of gardening. It is too late for that on a tree. You have to start from young.
Perhaps this is how it was with your son. If you trained him better when he was younger, maybe he would not have run off.
I don't know, perhaps.
Would you know your son if you were to see him again?
Not by his face.
No. Well, how then?
I don't know. He had a mark about it.
A mark? What sort of mark?
A birthmark.
Where?
On his neck,
What did it look like?
in the shape of a bee.
A bee.
A bee. Yes, that's it. You are my son. Where have you been? How could you be my son that live in such wealth and luxury? What have you done to contrive this?
I have become a thief. But I am no common criminal. I am a master thief. I only steal from the rich.
Sir, a thief is still a thief. If your godfather, the Count, up there leaves you from his castle, he will not hold you wrongly like he did when he baptized you. He shall hang you from the nearest halter.
Father, I know my trade well. I'm going to see him tonight.
And the old man took him to see his mother. And when she heard he was her son, she wept for joy.
But when she found out that he was a thief,
A second stream flowed down her face. Still, he is my son, and my eyes have beheld him once more. So the old woman went into the kitchen to fetch the meal that her son had not eaten in so long.
that night the master thief rode to see the Count.
The Count received him civilly, for he took him to be a distinguished man.
But when he revealed whom he was,
The Count turned pale and was silent for some time. You are my godson, and therefore mercy shall take the place of justice. And since you pride yourself on being a thief, I shall put your arts to the proof. If you do not pass this test, you shall marry the rope maker's daughter, and the croaking of a raven will be the sound on your occasion.
Clink.
Count, think these 3 tasks as difficult as you want. And if I do not complete them, do with me as you may.
1. You shall steal the horse from out of the stable on which I use on the occasion of riding out of court. 2. You shall steal the bedsheet from under the bodies of my wife and myself without us observing it, and the wedding ring on her finger. And 3. From the church you must steal the parson and the clerk. Mark my words, for your life depends on it.
That night, the master thief dressed himself in the gowns of an old woman. He painted lines of age upon his face, and a large cask of wine mixed a powerful sleeping potion. He put the cask on his back, and in tottering steps made his way to the courtyard.
In the courtyard, 3 soldiers were guarding the horse. Halt! Who goes there? It's only an old woman. What have you got in your cask, old mother?
Wine!
Well, let's have some.
Only for trade or good fortune.
Well, here's some money then. Me too.
I'm afraid I'll have to trade you for what I'm sure is a long-awaited kiss.
thief quickly got to work. He replaced the bridle of the horse with rope and replaced the tail of the horse with hay. But what did the man upon the horse? He then had an idea. He took a rope and strung it underneath the man's arms. He then pulled the man above the horse, tied the rope off, unchained the horse, and was leaving the courtyard.
The next morning, the Count entered his courtyard. The horse! The horse!
Help! Get me down from here!
The master thief came riding in on the horse to cut the man down. Huzzah!
It must have been witchcraft. We've been fooled. That old woman must have done it.
Neatly done. Although your second task won't be so simple. Remember, the bedsheet and the ring. And may I warn you, that if you come upon me as a thief, I'll treat you as one.
That night, the master thief made his way into the gallows. There, he cut the corpse of a man down from the halter and put it on his back. He made his way to the Count and Countess's castle, placed the ladder, and began to climb.
Inside the castle, the Count and Countess were preparing to go to bed. Husband, do you think the thief will come?
Yes, the doors are locked and bolted. But if he tries to come through the window, then I'll shoot him.
The master thief began to raise the corpse's body above the window until only the head showed. Bang!
I shot the thief!
Are you sure?
Yes, he is lying down there dead. I must go bury him right away.
No, husband, send the guards. I'm afraid to stay alone.
Stay here and remain calm, my dear.
You always say that.
The master thief watched as the Count made his way down into the garden. In the darkness of the hallway, the master thief entered the Countess's room, and in the Count's voice said, "Remain calm, my dear.
What is the thief?
I have shot my own godson.
Oh, you mustn't feel sad.
I feel better now, but I must give him a proper burial. Give me the sheet, so I may wind his body."
The Countess went and took the sheet off the bed, folded it, and handed it to him.
And he wanted that ring so badly. Give it to me also, so I may wind his body.
She wouldn't disobey her husband, so unwillingly she gave him the ring.
Dear wife,
What? Huh?
the sheet! Where is the sheet? Are you a sorcerer? Who has snatched you from the grave which I myself have played for you? But all is no matter, for you still have one more task to complete. Remember, the sheet and the ring. For if you do not complete it, then all is of no use.
You did well.
That night, the master thief made his way to the churchyard. On his back, he had a large sack which was full of land crafts. On the backs of each of these curious creatures was a wax candle. He lit the candles and let the crafts scurry out through the churchyard. He made his way to the top of the church's steps, and in a large yet powerful voice said, "Hearken, hearken! The end is nigh! Come all, hearken!
The parson and the clerk were the first to hear.
I am Saint Peter. I am the one who opens and shuts the gates of heaven. See the souls of the departed scurrying through the churchyard, searching for their bones. Come and join me on this glorious occasion and climb into this sack."
Parson, I think we should take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
The master thief began to drag the parson and the clerk.
Why is it so bumpy?
We're going over mountains.
Why is it so wet?
We're going through rain.
Why do I feel so sick?
Because you're a sinner! The master thief put the Count and the parson in the pigeon cage.
pigeon coop, went to investigate.
Oh my, Your Grace, you've made it too?
You are an arch thief, and you have won your wager. You have escaped with whole skin. And for that reason, I must ask you to leave my land at once. For if you are to ever return, you can count on your elevation to the gallows.
The master thief left that country and was never seen nor heard from again.